Hello, and thank you very much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to learn more about AAA Northway's upcoming September 2025 trip of a lifetime in partnership with AAA Member Choice Vacations to Greece, Greece Island Hopper, September 12th to 22nd, 2025. Here in Greece, we'll be discovering a place where age-old legends and monuments intertwine with warm sunshine and island-style living. From the ruins of Athens to the bright rooftops of Mykonos and Santorini, we'll be embracing the country at its best. Remember, any of your AAA Northway consultants are here for you. Again, reach out to them at 877-222-8283 or AAA.com/appointment. Whether you are in the capital region or down in the southern tier at our Vestal location here, reach out. We will make your travel dreams become a reality here in 2025. My name is Ryan Fair. I'm the Business Development Manager for Eastern New York and the capital region for AAA Member Choice Vacations. Have been to over 24 countries, and yes, Greece is where it is at. And the company I work for, AAA Member Choice Vacations, voted for the sixth consecutive year as the guided tour partner of the year. This is so new news that we don't even have a new icon to put up there for you yet, but we're so proud to have this accolade year over year over year here as well. So our ground operator for our tours here at AAA Member Choice Vacations is Colette. Definitely a household name. Sponsor Wheel of Fortune for over 30 plus years. So if it's good enough for Pat and Vanna or Ryan and Vanna or whoever in Vanna, it's good enough for you too as well. And when it comes to guided travel, you're not going to have to worry about a thing. You have a tour manager who's with you the entire time in the destination from when we begin and terminate in Athens. We're going to be really ticking off the boxes, both Epicurean as well as cultural experiences here as well, taking different forms of transportation, not only just motor coach, but also taking ferries to get across to the islands, just like the locals do, and much, much more. Being a AAA member, there's an additional benefit. So if you didn't need to use towing or some of the other different services that AAA Northway has for you, well, you're going to have additional savings on this spectacular journey. Well, without further ado, let's go. Let's get right into this amazing journey here. Again, September 12th to 22nd, 2025. Nice sweet spot period in the travel calendar. Kiddies are back in school. You'll be back in time for fall foliage and the continuation of pumpkin spice season. And the weather is really nice, both here and there. So on average, Albany on September 12th, we're looking at temperatures around 56 and 73. Over in Athens, where this trip begins, we're looking at temperatures at 68 and 83. And then out in the islands, 70 and 78 are average temperatures here in mid-September at this place. So how are we going to get there? What we're going to do is we're going to do a round trip group pickup here from the capital region. We'll make our way down to New York. We normally do that at the AAA Half Moon office there in Clifton Park, and then make our way down. But if you are a snowbird, you're watching this from a different part of the country, whatnot, note that what we can do is we can also fly you out of your regional airport. So again, reach out to any AAA Northway consultant and we'll make that happen. We do have, again, an overnight flight gets us there to Athens, and then we have a 2-night stay in Athens to begin with. We then will take the high-speed ferry over to Mykonos, 2.5 hours as the crow flies there for the transportation time, and then same thing, 2.5 hours or so down from Mykonos to Santorini, and then we'll take a short 45-hour flight from Santorini back to Athens for one last night stay. We do have an extension over to Istanbul, Turkey here as well for a 3-night stay. And yes, on all of our air-inclusive bookings, if you are going to extend and do that extension there, yes, we will have that pickup bringing you back from New York back up to the capital region for once you come back from Turkey, or again on our journey here as well from Greece. All right, so let's get right into this journey here as well. This is a classic style journey on this. So what that means is really going to be taking in both preferential access into sites, meaning to skip the line, spending more time discovering, and ideal for seeing the iconic destinations here of the globe with, again, really hitting all the highlights at a value-minded price. Our tour activity level on this is a 3, and really what this is going to be is because there will be some different modes of transportation. Again, taking those ferries will be also going to be having some uneven terrain at places like the Parthenon and the Acropolis there in Athens on this here. This is not going to be something where we're going to be necessarily walking at 2 or 2.5 hours straight. But what I do want to point out here as well is that we may have some, walking tours here as well. Definitely Santorini and Mykonos are going to be islands that are ones that are walking islands here. And if you do need wheelchair assistance just in your normal day-to-day, this might not be the suitable trip for you here in Greece. All right, so let's go. And again, any questions, reach out to your travel advisor here at AAA Northway. All right, let's get right into our tour here, beginning our journey in the capital city of Athens. Arguably, here's some of the deepest history in the world, long history dating back to the first settlement in the Neolithic age, and most of the monuments here on the Acropolis are ones that we can still visit today, were built during Athens' golden age. Tonight, very simply put, what we're going to have is our welcome dinner, meeting with our fellow travelers here in the Plaka, which is the historic district here of Athens. We'll be going to a local taverna here, indulging in the local cuisine and wine with traditional Greek entertainment. Our next day is we're going to be doing our proper city touring here, and we're going to go with a local expert here and enjoy a panoramic tour of the highlights of Athens, showcasing the city's ancient, glorious monuments here, seeing the Temple of Zeus, the Royal Palace, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and the Olympic Stadium. Now, the Temple of Zeus that we see, and yes, in the background, what you're seeing also is the Acropolis and the Parthenon here. This Temple of Zeus, built back in 174 BC, over a span of 300 years. And again, one of the largest temples built in ancient times. Over 100 columns originally here and 60 feet high, still very impressive to this date. And then, of course, which I just alluded to here and mentioned, is the Acropolis here. We'll have a comprehensive tour here of this incredible archaeological site built back in the 5th century BC, just about the time that Mick Jagger started playing for the Stones. Now, all kidding aside here, one of the very impressive spots here overlooking the city here. And in order, again, to access the Acropolis archaeological site, you're going to be required to climb about 30 or 40 uneven steps, walking over uneven and rugged terrain, loose stones without rails. Again, this is a place where the Americans with Disabilities Act doesn't apply here in Greece. And so we just want to, again, set those proper expectations there. Now here at the Acropolis, home to famous sites such as the Temple of Athena Nike, the famous Parthenon here, and we'll be talking all about the legends, the lores, the folklores, the mythology, and much more here, because we have a tour manager as well as a expert local guide that's going to really bring this history to life here for us. Now, all right, our next day, what we're going to do is we're going to take our high-speed ferry. Fits about 550, 600 or so. This is the way that the Greeks make their way around Greece. And so this is where cars will be also boarded on here as well. And we will be boarding from the port of Athens for this high-speed ferry ride to Mykonos, whitewashed jewel of the Cyclades Islands here as well. And as I said, this is a massive size ship on this here as well, allowing us to, again, really to do it the right and easy way here as well, and enjoy magnificent views along the way. Over 2,000 islands here make up the Aegean Sea here in the Cyclades, and this is truly an island paradise. And Mykonos itself, it offers endless opportunities, and we'll be able to kick back and really just enjoy the island's irresistible lifestyle. Now, this trip, I really describe it as the untour. Okay, yes, there's going to be some touring components, cultural experiences, but there's also going to be complete free days of leisure available if you want. And that's the way that the island time kind of flows here out in Greece. So what we're going to do here again and point out in Mykonos, this is known as the Islands of the Winds, and it's one of the Cyclades, again, one of those groups of Greek islands here. It is also known as the Windmill Island, which I'll be alluding to you in just a moment. Here, we'll talk about the myths and the legends, where it got its name, so on and so forth. But other legends here, and I want to point out here, date back from the time of Zeus and the Titans and Hercules and more. Now, no matter whatever you believe, Mykonos today home to sandy beaches, seaside cafes, street musicians, and never-ending never-ending nightlife scene. Pardon my French there. Anyways, here, we will start our island stay here with an exploration of Chora, which is the old town of Mykonos here, where we'll be able to discover the winding lanes independently here as well. And in the afternoon, we'll check into our hotel for a relaxing 3-night stay. And as I mentioned here, there's a little bit of everything here for everyone here out on Mykonos. And that next day here, we'll have a relaxing day to independently explore the charms of this island, Mykonos here. And with a full day, To explore, you'll be able to discover the town however you may wish, whether it's seeing the many museums or just relaxing on one of the island's 25 plus beautiful beaches. We'll spot the renowned whitewash windmills here, staple of the island here, or you may choose to participate on an optional excursion this day to a local farm for an olive oil and cheese tasting here. And that is a part of our Flavors of Mykonos option. So on this here, this is again done during free time. You're not missing out in lieu of doing anything else here. And here we'll be able to immerse ourselves in the flavors of the Cyclades Islands during this tour of Mykonos' culinary gems. Beginning our morning here at a local farm, learning about the variety of olive trees here and the flavors that they produce. As I just mentioned, olive oil. We'll be learning the basic principles here of olive oil from an expert, put our taste buds to the test as we sample our varying types and qualities of this Greek staple, including, of course, the renowned extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO. And then we will be learning about the traditions and history of cheese making, which is a craft that Mykonos achieves almost to a status of a local art form, with its secrets passed down through the generations. We'll be sampling various styles of cheeses here, freshly made yogurts here, and all of course, produced here at the farm. Later on, we're going to be exploring more flavors of the islands at a local bakery in Chora. Again, this is Mykonos' Old Town, where same family has been operating a traditional wood-fired oven here for more than 2 centuries. We'll be able to relish in some of those delectable treats before we enjoy free time to uncover the winding lanes of Chora independently. Now, again, this is almost a full day tour. Goes for 7.5 hours here on average. Goes for $119 per person, and if it is pre-sold, which I mean you sign up in advance prior to departure with your travel advisor here at AAA Northway, we have a one-time $50 per person savings on an optional tour. So again, that's another AAA member benefit right there. So this rate of 69 could be that one-time price of, of 119 could be that one-time price of $69. Excuse me there. But yes, that's a great value and another wonderful ad for you there on that. Now, let's get back to business here. Our next day, complete freedom of leisure once again. Don't miss the Mykonos town here. As I said, the historic district, Little Venice here. Or if you want to just, go a block over, 2 blocks over here, what you'll able to do is get away from some of the livelier scenes and the people. And if you like, photography, just, getting into those narrow winding lanes, this is where it's all at. Now, of course, you might be going, oh my goodness, I don't speak Greek. Don't worry. Everybody that you're going to come across in Greece speaks English, or a little bit of it at least. So again, don't worry, and you'll be in great hands in this wonderful little island paradise. Of course, here, we will also want to point out we do have an optional tour here on this day, which is the island of Delos here. Delos here, this is going to be really getting into the mythology of Greece here. This is a half-day excursion here, getting to the fabled birthplace here of Apollo and Artemis. And after a quick 30-minute private boat ride here to the island, we'll allow our guide to really just show us and introduce us to the mythic legends. We'll be seeing how Greek myths intertwine with prehistoric ruins, passing through narrow streets from the Hellenistic age. We'll be passing by the statues of Cleopatra before we enter the House of Trident here. We'll be taking in views of the island from the Theater of Delos here, this public cistern here of the city built around 300 BC. We'll be perusing other ancient relics and much more. This here goes for 4 hours from beginning to end with transportation. The duration of the guided tour component, probably about 90 minutes or so on this here. And again, this goes for $149 per person. Again, if you want to use that one-time savings as a AAA member, that would actually be from $149 down to $99 as a AAA member. So again, remember, it's only available on one of the 2 options here as well. Now, our journey is going to continue on our next day to Santorini. Eden Lake Island here, blue domed rooftops, gentle ocean waves complement the bright white buildings here and the rocky hillsides. Now, that tour manager that you had in Athens continued on with you to Mykonos and is going to continue on with you to Santorini. So you have that same continuity with our tour manager here, which again, part tour guide, confident concierge, you're in great hands here as well. Here, of course, Santorini, absolute charm here. 3-night stay. And this here is where we're going to first start. And this is on our visit to ancient Akrotiri. Now, Akrotiri here, one of the most prehistoric settlements found anywhere in the Eastern Mediterranean, dates back to the eruption, the volcanic eruption around 1450 BC. And this is known as the Minoan Pompeii. And I want to just point out that wine vessel that you see there, yeah, that's from 1450 BC. So when we talk about things being old here in the capital region or southern tier, this is another level of old when we get here and see these spots here. Now, of course, this was a flourishing town destroyed and preserved by that volcanic eruption back around 1450 BC. And again, helping to preserve the buildings, many options that we're able to see here today. I want to point out that this is fully going to be covered from the sun and other elements here. We have an expert local guide bringing us throughout here as well. That's why you can see some of the people walking up and above, looking down below at this excavation site that we're still processing and going through here as well. Absolutely massive, fantastic too as well. All right, so from here, what we're going to then do is we're going to have the fascinating landscape of vineyards, whitewashed chapels, and volcanic cliffs before us here as we make our way to the spectacular town of Ia. It's spelled O-I-A, looks like Oya, but it's pronounced Ia in Greek here as well. And this traditional hilltop village really reveals the history of the island, taking the best views of the caldera, which formed by a volcanic eruption during the Minoan civilization here below. And of course, we'll enjoy that iconic sunset over the caldera, experiencing an experience that draws in people from all over the globe. We'll then visit a local winery here, producing the unique and famous Venisantos wines of Santorini. This is a white variety only found in the island of Santorini. And of course, here on the islands, they also have some reds and other blends here as well. We'll here also have a light lunch there at the winery. And from there, the rest of our afternoon is yours at leisure to relax, take in the Mediterranean gem, explore a little bit more here as well. Now that those white buildings there that you see again, are the same ones that you see over well in the distance on the other side of the island there in the caldera. Here, our next day, another day of complete independent exploration on Santorini, again, considered one of the most stunning landscapes on the planet. And again, this is what it's all about. I have done cruises before that visited Santorini, and people said, oh, I was cheated. I didn't have enough time to experience Santorini or Mykonos. I was there for 6 hours, 8 hours. To have it 3 days to really enjoy, unpack, unravel these islands here and this region is most important and absolutely fantastic for you come September of 2025. So again, with your tour manager giving you options, ideas, where to go, what to see, what to do. There's plenty of variety right there as well. So whether it's going into the charming town center of Fira, taking in the breathtaking scenery, visiting a local museum, or just simply enjoying the amenities of the hotel, you've got it. Our other third option will be done here, and this is going to be basically another all day. It's a 7-hour option from early afternoon to evening here, and this is going to do island hopping and a sunset cruise. Goes for $179 per person, or that one-time 50 off. Again, would be $129 on this, and this year really making the most of the day, seeing what Greece has to offer here with this island hopping adventure. We'll be setting sail for the tiny islet here of Nia Kameni. It's an uninhabited island that has been formed from that active volcano. We'll be making our way to the top of the side of the hill where it's a still active volcano with our local guide. We'll be pausing at the top, unparalleled views, and after exploring, we'll be returning to the boat and setting off for our next destination, which is Palea Kameni. Now, if you don't want to go up and scale the volcano, that's fine. You can sit back. That's okay. I get that question a lot. Now, similar to Nea Kameni, Palea Kameni here also is a volcanic descent. Here you'll be able to jump into the water, swim to the island's rejuvenating hot springs, where you're going to be also find ethereal sulfuric waters here and therapeutic mud. Or if you just want to relax on the boat, you can do so as well. We'll then continue on to Thracia. This is an authentic island embodying the traditional culture of Greece, enjoying a Greek buffet on board, taking in unparalleled views of the islands as we dine, and after dinner, we'll be making a stop to Ia, and as the sun sets, just marveling as the sky turns shades of orange and gold before we settle and sail back to port here as well. Again, this has to be pre-purchased at least a week prior to our departure here, and again, availability for purchase while on tour is definitely not guaranteed, and Again, wanting to let you know that the early bird does get the travel worm on this. It's like getting tickets to the theater. You don't want to just show up at the theater. You want to make sure that you got your spot and you're locked in and you're ready to go. Okay, so from here as well, our next day we will be departing the islands here, flying back to Athens as our have our final night here in Greece, and just really toasting to the end of our sun-filled getaway at a farewell dinner. Again, we look forward to having you join us here in Greece with AAA Northway in September of 2025. Again, each day is a wow and special in many, many ways. Now, if your trip is not done yet and you want to see a bit more, you're already over there. We do have an extension here, fully guided to Istanbul, Turkey. Of course, for $13.99 per person double occupancy or $17.99 as a solo traveler here. Really, these fully guided extensions offer great inclusions here with, again, a dedicated tour manager enjoying planned and local experiences and sightseeing, and the transfers to and from the airport also included here as well. Now, on this here, as everybody else leaves to go back to stateside, you'll be going further east here, departing Greece, flying to Istanbul, the most popular city in Turkey, considered to be the bridge between the east and the west here. Again, a central hub for intermingling cultures, complicated history, legendary architecture here. Again, the former capital of the Byzantine and Ottoman empires here, which is obviously seen through its blend of time gone by nostalgia here, ever evolving modernity. And we'll be kicking off our exploration of Istanbul with sampling Turkish cuisine during a dinner at a local restaurant this evening. Our next day, we'll be discovering the city with a local guide, starting our tour here with a visit to the Basilica Cistern, the largest of the ancient cisterns that lie beneath the city. Truly a magnificent sight that travelers will really enjoy. And then we'll continue on to the Blue Mosque, where vibrant blue tiles here line the building's opulent interior walls. Now, from here, after our tour, we will have some free time from lunch, enjoying time here to explore Istanbul with our local expert, making our way through the Grand Bazaar, the spice markets, surrounding ourselves with artisan crafts and buzzing energy and exciting vendors. We'll have an evening at leisure. Again, your tour manager give you options, ideas, where to go, what to see, what to do. And our next morning, we will be taking in the high rises and minarets of Istanbul's majestic skylines as we sail between the two continents during a cruise on the Bosphorus Strait, which divides Europe from Asia, excuse me. The rest of our day at leisure to expend however we want to, the local boutiques, maybe taste the culture through Turkish favorites here, or if you wanted to go visit maybe a Turkish bath, experience a hammam, which is a fantastic exfoliation here as well. Really, that authentic scrub and foam bath can't beat. And this evening, we'll be wrapping up our exploration of Istanbul at a local restaurant. And our next day, heading for home from the airport there and making it back. Now, again, whether you're doing the standalone trip to Greece or doing the extension here on all of our air-inclusive bookings, we're going to have that hometown group pickup. Again, making our way from the AAA Half Moon location there in Clifton Park, making our way down to New York to fly out. From here, again, I want to talk about the personalization, whether it's the extensions, of doing Turkey or doing those couple three optional tours with that one-time $50 per person credit. You can't go wrong. Also, reach out to your travel advisor here at AAA Northway if you're looking to upgrade your air to maybe premium economy or business class as well and fly in style. For everybody, you should definitely get the cancel for any reason insurance. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, you don't need insurance until you need insurance. I get it. Like car insurance, okay? You don't need it till you need it. But also think about this. It's not about you. It's about maybe other people in your lives. If something changes and knowing that literally to the day prior, if you have to cancel for any reason, you're going to get everything back minus the insurance, you can't beat that. Not a coupon, not a travel credit, not an IOU. Plus, you're covered on tour. This serves as a primary insurance abroad for us here. So again, Medicare, Medicaid don't apply outside of the United States. Trip interruption, travel delays, all that. It really is the peace of mind that you can't put a price tag on. Just think about it. July of 2024, sunny skies here on the East Coast. All of a sudden, computers shut down and airports just stopped working. Airlines shut down. What do you do? Well, the people that didn't have insurance were out of luck. The people that did have insurance had protection, had covered, and all that stuff. So it really is as I said, a great bit of security there for you as well on that. Note, up until the 13th of March, 2025, if you have to cancel for any reason, you're going to get everything back, including, yes, including the insurance. From the 14th to the day prior in September, you get everything back minus the insurance. But then again, that's why you have insurance. Now, if you've traveled with AAA member choice vacations in the past few years, thank you so much. You do have loyalty credits here that are available there for you. So again, these we want to say thank you for traveling with us, and we want to extend that here for you for this trip. Now, if you've never traveled with us, and once you come back from this trip here of a lifetime to Greece, well, you're going to have this savings available there for you as well. So your travel advisor will be able to give you those numbers and get the info for you when you make your reservation. All right, your passport. Look to see when your passport's due to expire. If your passport's due to expire by the spring of 2026, well, it's time to get that stuff updated. From the fall of 2024, they now have online renewals. You can even do it from the convenience of your own home. It's very quick, easy, turnkey. Or again, just reach out to your travel advisor at AAA Northway, and they'll assist you here as well. So again, point out a few things. One, in Europe, there is going to be a visa that will be required in sometime in 2025. We don't know when. We don't know how much. We've heard it might be $7 to $10. Not going to break the bank, but we'll advise more information. They're trying to get their act together between 26, 30 countries here on this travel off. And again, it's only going to be for those who are using non-EU passports. So American passport, Americans, Canadians, so on and so forth, are going to be required to pay this fee. This is something that, again, we'll give you more info when it happens. All right. Now, back to the real deal that we know that's true is we do have our trip dedicated webpage to find out more information. Take a look. It's at http://gateway.memberchoicevacationscom/link/1276457. Now that QR code there that you see is going to bring you also right over to our sign up now button that's up there at the top left-hand side. Over to the right-hand side is the contact information here for AAA Northway's group travel department as well. Or again, just set up that appointment here with your AAA travel advisor. Now, under the essential experiences portion here that you see at the bottom, there's also the know before you go information, the travel tips, so on and so forth here as well. And this sign up now button really turnkey. If you want to give your TSA number, your global entry number, if you have any dietary restrictions, things like that, the more that we know, the better that we can be able to serve you and have this become a easy trip of a lifetime for you. All right, the early bird gets the travel worm, and that's going to be reflected in the rates that you're going to see right here, but don't delay. This is one of our most popular trips here as well. It has very limited single spacing on this too. So especially if you're traveling as a solo traveler, do not hesitate on this one bit. Here it is. The deposit is $698. At the time of deposit is when the cancel for any reason insurance is due, which is $549. Makes it $1247 respectively there. Now the due date here for the deposit, it has to be in by the 13th of March 2025. Do not wait until the 12th to make up your mind on this as well though. Now our final payment not going to be due until the 14th of June. So you have time to budget, plan, prepare. And then this includes our round trip group transfer from the capital region there, one pickup there down to New York. From there, flight out of New York. We have our interflight there from Greece back, from Mykonos, Santorini back to Athens here. We have our airport to hotel transfers, our hotels, our porterage. We have over a dozen meals included, 14 meals, as well as our tour manager. What's not included? Tips to the driver guide. Local guide will give you what those suggested rates are. And of course, any retail therapy or shopping that you choose to partake in. It's $60.49 per person double occupancy. With that $549 insurance comes out to be $65.98 respectively. And as a solo traveler here, it's $1,200 higher. It's $72.49 solo on this. With the insurance, $549, $77.98 respectively. And again, very limited solo traveler spacing here on this trip. At this time of year, especially September, October are the time of year definitely to experience Greece. All right, you know the voice in your head that's telling you to travel? Listen to it. 10 years from now, you'll be so glad that you did. So what are you waiting for? The best time to travel is while you can. Again, reach out to any of our travel advisors throughout the AAA Northway network here from, again, Saratoga Springs, Schenectady, Clifton Park, Queensbury, or Vestal. We are here for you. Again, 877-222-8283 or AAA.com/appointment. Again, on behalf of all of us here at AAA Member Choice Vacations and AAA Northway, Thank you so much. Give us a buzz, 877-AAA-8283, travel at northway.aaa.com, or again, gateway.memberchoicevacations.com/link/1276457. We'll see you there, September 12th to 22nd, 2025 on Greece Island Hopper.